I'm going to show you how I do gel X on my nails and make them last. What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer. I've had so many requests on how to make gel X nails last, so you know I'm going to help you guys and show you what I do. The first thing that I'm doing is I'm e-filing down some of the old builder gel that I had on. I had some really short nails just with a little bit of builder gel on, did a couple dip manis over top of that. But whenever I'm starting fresh with a new gel X set, I want to make sure that I file down a majority of my builder gel so my nails don't have to be any thicker than they need to be. Even though your gel X, you're going to fill that gap in between your natural nail and the tip, I still like to make sure that my builder gel or rubber base, whatever I have done on my nails, is as thin as possible. Now, I rarely take the entire thing off just because there's really no reason. If you have no lifting, you can file down to a really thin layer of your builder gel or rubber base and then do a totally new set. I've been doing it that way for over 4 years and it works great. So what I do is I just take my 5-in-1 pan a bit, file down some of the builder gel. I make sure that I get any dip powder that was stuck on my nails. I get that off as well. I use peel base in between my builder gel and my dip manis. So then once I get my builder gel filed down, I like to go in with a sanding band and rough up the top of the surface of the little tiny thin bit of builder gel that's left, and I prep my natural nails with that as well. I go around the new growth and then I grab my cuticle bit. I love the McCart cuticle bit that I'm using. Everything that I use in this video, I will make sure that I link in the description. If I ever forget to say that in a video, just know it is linked in the description. I love that little bit for my cuticles because it doesn't dig into my skin. All I'm doing is lifting any of the excess cuticle that's on my nail plate. It just lifts that up really gently. Then what you want to do is you want to clean your nails really well so that you can go in and do all your sizing of your tips. I do have all the sizes of my tips written down, so I don't need to like play around much with figuring out what fits, but I still hold them against my nails just to be sure that they're going to fit. And I set them on a little paper towel so that when I do all my prep and everything, they're right there, right in front of me, and I don't lose them. I use the Apres Gel X natural tips. They're the only brand that has a 000, and that is the only ones that fit my enormous thumbs. Like when I tell people that my hands are huge and they don't believe me, they're like, "Oh, you can try these tips. I have really big thumbs, and those fit me." So I've tried a bunch of other ones, and the thumbs that people have recommended like barely even fit halfway on my thumb. So this 000 is literally the only ones that I can use. I was just excited that I found any that actually fit my massive thumbs. I mean, my whole hands are big, but having any tips that fit is really nice. What you want to do with your full covers is you really want to make sure that they fit perfectly to your nail. So everybody's nail shape is like a little bit different on your nail plate, right? Like it's not going to perfectly fit the tip. Maybe some people's do, but none of mine do. So what I do is I go through, I set the tip on my nail and see where I need to do any filing, any shaping. Like on the sides, maybe it's a little bit too big. You always want to go bigger and file down if you need to, than going with a tip that's smaller and it not fully covering your nails. Now, what you can do too, if you buy a set and you cannot get them to fit because your hands are too big like mine, you can slide the tip up a little bit higher on your nail and then kind of make it fit that way and do builder gel over the top. I will do builder gel over the top of these as well, but I'm not doing it in this video because I really wanted to focus on exactly what I do to get my nails to last so long. So the first thing that I do right there was I did all of my preparation of the tips to make sure that they fit my nails exactly. Then I go in with Dehydrator on my natural nails, and I do this one hand at a time because after you do your Dehydrator, you want to do primer, and you want to do 2 layers of your primer. The primer should leave a sticky residue on your nails, and that's what adheres the gels to your natural nails. A lot of people need to use gel base down on their natural nails to get the builder gel or Gel X, whatever kind of nail gel glue you're using for the full cover tips. Gel-X is just a brand, right? Gel-X is what Appraise calls their full cover tips. A lot of places just call them full covers because the Gel-X is like a specific brand to Appraise. What I like to do is I just go in with builder gel right down on my natural nails. And the reason that I do that is because when I use gel base down first underneath my builder gel, they lift super fast. Gel Base and I have never got along on my natural nails. Even when I got them done professionally at a salon, they would like come right off. So I tried, this was years ago, probably like at this point, close to 4 years ago, trying just doing builder gel down after the primer, and I got amazing retention. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna skip Gel Base. And I found that over the past few years, there have been a decent amount of people who get way better retention on their builder gel. And then that leads to Gel-X as well, because we're using builder gel to adhere our tips. They get way better retention. So once I do my builder gel down on my natural nails, I do a full cure, and then I take the primer that I used on my nails and I scrub that into half of the full cover tip. What that does is that really gives that bond not only on your nails for the builder gel, but it also does like a double bond, that then you're using again on the tip so that the builder gel adheres to that really well as well. And I rough up the inside of the tips before I even put the primer on. So all these steps are going to help you get your Gel-X to last as long as possible. Roughing up the inside of the full cover tip, applying the primer, and whatever primer that you use should leave a sticky residue. If whatever brand you're using, they call something primer and it does not leave a sticky residue, it's actually not primer, it's Dehydrator. So I don't know why some companies just call them different things. I wish it would be, the same across every company, but it's not. Some people call Bond Dehydrator, some people call Bond the primer that leaves a sticky residue. Once you've got all that prepped, then you can work on your actual application. And I left in how I messed up my pointer finger. When I was trying to flash cure the tip on that I had applied builder gel, I don't know if I like pressed too hard or didn't press hard enough. I don't know what I did, but when I was flash curing, I went to pull my hand off, like let go of the tip, and the tip came with it. So I ended up having to get a totally new one. And you'll see me here, like even flash curing, I tried to just make that first tip work. And I'm like flash curing it and it wasn't sticking. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to get a whole new tip and try again. Whatever I was trying to do on the second time, I did way better. That first one just would not stay on for me. So like if you make a mistake, it's okay. Wipe the gel off, try again. Be very careful that you're not putting your hand on the gel. So I did off camera prep a new tip, and I made sure that when I was flash curing it that I did it correctly. So what you want to do when you're applying the builder gel or whatever kind of nail gel glue you're using, it should be a thick viscosity gel. You can't use gel base to adhere full cover tips because it's just not going to last as long. You need something a bit thicker to fill that gap in between your natural nail and the tip, the curve of the tip, which creates an apex. On my left hand, I use OG Dip Powder Cruise builder gel, and on my right hand, I use CN Designers builder gel. Both are Hema free, fabulous options. And I just wanted to see, like, using two different brands, one on each hand, if anything would feel different. Honestly, they both are so good that I didn't have trouble with the application. I did the same thing on my right hand as I did on my left. I started off applying a thin layer of builder gel and fully curing that. And when you're actually applying your tips, what you want to do is you want to apply builder gel to about half of the tip. You want the builder gel to be roughly where your natural nail is. And then you apply like what I call a blob, but like a little bead of builder gel. So you basically just wipe the excess builder gel from your brush onto the bottom of the nail. And when you press the nail on, you want to do it at a 45-degree angle so the gel floats upwards to the tip of your nail. Now, it does take some practice to figure out how much you need for each nail. So even now, that's something I'm still working on because for a long time I did builder gel and I didn't do a lot of Gel X. I kind of just quit it for a couple years. But then I was like, you know what? I can do this again. Like, I am going to master this just like I mastered builder gel. And something that takes some time to learn is how much gel you actually need to put on the tip for your thin layer, and then how much you need to put at the very end for like your little bead, so that as you apply your nail at that 45-degree angle from the cuticle towards the tip of your nail, you want that gel to flow up towards the tip of your nail. And then when it gets to the end of your nail, that's when you're going to very carefully move your hand under your flash cure lamp. Flash cure it for at least 10 to 15 seconds. Something that I noticed personally was if I flash cure for only 5 seconds when I'm holding the tip on, it will pop off. I need to flash cure for like 15 seconds. So that's something else to take into account. I get way better retention on my Gel X nails if I flash cure for at least 15 seconds, and then I still do a full cure at the very end. Once I've applied all of my tips on, what I do is I do that full cure. And when I'm curing, I cure my pinky through pointer together, and then I cure my thumb separately. I found that I hold my thumb at a really weird angle, which a lot of people do. So doing a full cure with your thumb separate is going to make sure that you're giving that gel a chance to fully cure. You don't want to have your thumb at some kind of weird wonky angle and then it doesn't fully cure, and then you're having uncured gel on your nails. Like, right? We don't want to do that. So since I can't use acetone to seal the cuticle, what I started doing was playing around with different bits, and I'm really loving the Pana 5-in-1 bit that I actually used to file down the bulk of my builder gel earlier in the video. That has worked great to seal in my cuticle, and this way I'm also making sure that if there was any gel that squeaked up, squeezed out onto the top of the Gel X tip, that I'm not leaving it there, right? You definitely do not want to cure any gel on your nails. And if you accidentally do, you want to get that off immediately. So that's why, even though the gel was on top of the Gel X tip, I still went in just to be sure with that 5-in-1 bit. And it's in fine. I like to use it in fine, run at about a 10,000 RPM, 8 to 10,000, and just go right around the cuticle area to seal it in and make sure that there's no gel that was on the top of it. That's all off. Then you can go in, and you definitely want to make sure you do this step for better retention as well. And it's for retention on the top. So we worked on all the retention on the underneath of our nails, and you also want to work on the retention on the top, right? You want to file the top of the nail and rough up the surface of that tip. This way, whatever you put on top has something to grab onto. If you like your nails a little bit thicker, you can apply builder gel. You can do a thin layer builder gel right there. You can do dip directly over. You can do gel colors right over, or you can do even nail polish right over. If you're not ready for Gel X and you just want to do builder gel overlay on your natural nails, check out this next video. Thanks for joining me today, nail crew.